Hello and welcome to the Middle School Gamer Book Club. What's up, guys? I just read chapters 1 through 4 of the book I Survived the Wellington Avalanche of 1910, written by Tarshis. I'm going to share some of my reactions and thoughts to the book while playing Nickelodeon Wacky Racers Slime Speedway 3. If you can, read these chapters with me. If you're doing this as part of a literature circle or a real book club, I'll throw some discussion questions at the end so you can keep talking about the book with your friends. Alrighty, let's get started. Spoiler alert for chapters 1 through 4. Chapter 1 is pretty intense. The author chose to start the story right in the middle of the action with an avalanche. The first thing I noticed is what a massive force of nature this avalanche is. It's described as being so big and so powerful that there's really nothing that can be done against it. Another thing I noticed was the use of figurative language throughout this chapter. We got some onomatopoeia with the crashing and the booming, and we have some personification like when the avalanche tried to grab out for the train car. Chapter 2 takes place in a train station. We find out that avalanche is coming in a couple days. But think about it. We're about to meet a bunch of characters that are probably going to get on the train. We also know that avalanche is about to fall right on top of them. That should make you feel a little bit of tension going forward. Another thing we learn is that our protagonist Janie is a criminal. She's actually holding stolen diamonds for a crime boss named Malvo. There's another guy that works for Malvo named Hammer, and he's keeping an eye on Janie from inside the train station.
Hey! Almost there!
Now Janie's in this risky, illegal situation. Her crime bosses have told her, fly under the radar. Don't let anybody notice you. Don't even talk to anybody. But when an old lady needs a seat, Janie gives up the seat. You should be thinking as a reader, well, if she's a criminal, why would she do something nice like that? Because there is a conflict there, and we're going to see more and more of it. Other ways we see Janie characterized: she is unfortunately an orphan and she is forced to live with her aunt. Her aunt is actually the one that works for Malvo, which is why Janie has to work for Malvo. We also see Janie as being clever, and she has some experience as a criminal. She's had to do it before, but she doesn't like being a criminal and she doesn't like Malvo. We also learn about Janie's best friend Dash. Dash managed to escape Malvo's operation just a few months ago, and he lives in Boston now. I think my favorite moment of this chapter is the moment that comes when Janie actually feels guilty when the old lady calls her a nice girl. Internally, because Janie has to do crimes, she feels bad. She doesn't feel like a nice girl. That moment made me feel bad. We see the character doing nice things, but she doesn't feel like a good person because she's stuck in this bad position where she has to be a criminal. I was certainly surprised by the start of chapter 3. Hammer gets arrested. So in this situation, Janie is supposed to return home and wait for directions. Don't get on the train with the stolen diamonds, go home and find out what you're supposed to do. But she realizes, maybe this is an opportunity for her to escape her life of crime. She sees this as a chance to get out like Dash did. But what if Malvo finds her? He's a crime boss, he's a bad guy. What an internal conflict Janie is facing. Suddenly, some random kid named Frederick McBride shows up. He has a few contrasting qualities to Janie right off the bat. Frederick has never witnessed a crime before. Janie certainly has. Frederick appears to be wealthy. Janie is definitely not. So while talking to and lying to Frederick and his father, Janie accepts their offer to get an upgraded ticket to a sleeper car. She gets confidence from her memories of the little train that could. She used to read it with Dash all the time. She starts thinking, I think I can, like in that book.
Here I go!
So leaving chapter 3, Janie has made a choice that will almost certainly upset Malvo. She's getting on the train, even though he explicitly told her not to if Hammer gets arrested. And we have our last chapter for today, chapter 4. It starts off with some foreshadowing. How about those newsboys screaming about the blizzard? We also have a description of the inside, outside, and engine of the train, plus an explanation of what the trip is supposed to be. I think this is supposed to give us some setting information as readers and let us know how far this train is going to be from civilization, if they need help. In this chapter, there was one moment that really hit me in the feels, and it's when Janie was thinking about her parents that are dead. It's really sad, and I think that this was meant to just show that Janie is alone in this. She's not a normal kid that can turn to an adult for help, especially on this train where she's going to be surrounded by people that she has to lie to constantly. It's sad that she is so alone.
That's smart!
Alrighty, and the chapter ends with the train leaving. Janie is on her way to Seattle with the stolen diamonds to sell them and maybe buy herself a new life. Alright guys, we're going to talk more about the book at the end, but right now I'm going to finish up this race. Alrighty, third lap, third race. I've got Arnold on my tail. Let me talk about the game a little bit. I'm playing on medium difficulty, which I think is a little bit easy. I played a ton of Mario Kart in my life, and that's transferring over to this. Next video, or one of the upcoming videos, I'm going to bump it up to hard difficulty, and you'll definitely see me struggle there, probably lose. But we're playing on medium difficulty. I just picked SpongeBob because we're playing Nickelodeon Wacky Racers, and I figured that would be a good one to start with. SpongeBob's appropriate. And then as far as the cart and the wheels and all that, I just picked stuff that looked cool. One of the future videos, maybe part 2, I'll actually optimize and try to create the best possible cart with a different character. I got this game as part of a Humble Bundle, and I didn't think I was going to like it that much, but it's pretty good, actually. Like, I wouldn't mind. Oh no! Oh no! And I snuck in there at the end. Alrighty, we just read chapters 1 through 4. Here are some discussion questions, just in case you're doing this as part of a real book club or a lit circle. So question 1. The author mentions the little engine that could. He mentions, I think I can. So authors usually put stuff like that in the early parts of the book because it's going to show up again later. So question number 1, considering what you know about the plot, setting, and characters from chapters 1 through 4, how might the quote, I think I can, become relevant later? And number 2, think about what you've learned about Janie as a character so far. Alright guys, thank you so much for playing this game and reading this book with me. Next time we are doing chapters 5 through 8. Go read them, come back and watch the show, and I'm looking forward to playing some more games with you.